Hello again, everybody. Right, so I'm having a little bit of a play around today with the visual scripting. This is a really new tool and really new thing that they've implemented with Space Engineers. It seems extremely buggy and full of a lot of problems at the moment. But I just want to share with you my experience up to now and how far I've got, what I can do. First off, I'll just let you know I'm not a programmer and I've got very limited programming knowledge, so I'm hoping that by showing this video, somebody who's got a little bit more knowledge and knows really more what they're doing might be able to, take it further and understand some things that I'm not quite getting. But the official guide, visual scripting on the Space Engineers from Keen, is a little bit hit and miss. I followed a lot of what they're saying to do, and most of the time it's come to nothing. It's come to not getting anywhere with it. But the main points that I really need to point out are somewhere halfway down here. We've got a visual scripting plugin, first run. So I'm on the dev branch of Space Engineers, which I'm assuming you need to be able to find this thing. And if you go onto your computer, onto your pathway of your C drive users, your user, Steam library, Steam apps, common, Space Engineers, into tools, and then you'll find a folder called VRage editor. And in this folder, it looks like this, and you've got these batch files called, well, they're all different names. They all open up, if you double click on them, they all open up the VRage editor, which is a separate bit of software from Keen. I think this is what they use to start developing a lot of the things that they've been doing. I think it goes back to their Mining Wars time of making missions. I'm not sure. Hoping that they're going to edit this and change some things in the future. But so I've already opened this thing up and I've done what it says. If you look on the guide, it does say the first time running that you've got to start it and select plugins from the top ribbon. So this visual scripting wouldn't exist for you. You'd just have the VRage tools, and you have plugins at the top here. So you click on plugins, and hopefully you'll get these options. I've been speaking to a few friends and they're finding that this isn't working as well as it seems to be doing for me, but I don't know if they're running the dev branch. So we've got a visual scripting tool here, so you tick this thing. I usually get an error, so the first time I do it, if you retry, it seems to work the second time. I hope, there we go, so it's done something. You can see it did open up the tab in the background here, so that's like the main home area, and then they've got visual scripting that comes up here. It does also mention in this that you're going to select the scripting from the plugin, which we've just done. The message will ask to set up a content folder. That it didn't do because I've already done it, but I'm assuming that's like the error that pops up. If you open the settings from the top ribbon in the Rage Tools area, in the settings, and then you've got to specify your game content path, which they say, I don't think they actually say it on here. I don't know where I've read this before, but anyway, the contents path for me is under Steam library, Steam apps, common, Space Engineers, and then content folder there. So that's where you'll find the content folder. So you insert the path, which is what we just did there, close the settings and restart the application, which I've already done that myself, but I'm sure you know how to close an application and reopen it. And then some of the rules. Creating a script. This is where I'm failing miserably at what I'm trying to do. So if you go on the visual scripting, you go on new. Call it whatever you want, and it seems to say their little GIF that they've got running says that you should use a level script option out of here, which is level script. Just call it test and create. And then you come up with this option here, and this is where my programming language fails me completely. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I think people who have programmed or can program will probably understand these terms more than I can. Variables, new lists, you can really get a lot of stuff working. So if you do know what you're doing with the programming language, hopefully from this point you can have a play and build something. I have also been able to open, if I go in the open, I've been able to find in the Common Space Engineers content folder, you can find one called, if you go into contents, you can find the visual scripts, and you can find the missions, and I think this is the mission that they've added in the latest version of Space Engineers, where you can fly that little ship out and go into the astrofield and attack and then fly back, just a show-off mission. I think that this is, if I open it up, you can see how that mission looks in the visual editor. Yeah, again, my knowledge fails me here. I don't really know what I'm doing with this, but you know, hopefully someone who knows what they're doing can come into here, maybe even edit this, and hopefully figure out how to add things to the missions. And if you do, if you know what you're doing and you figure this out, please, you know, write a little bit of a tutorial or make a little video yourself, because I'd really want to get into making missions for Space Engineers. I think it's a lot of exciting things you could do with it. But at the moment, you know, I don't know. I'm totally lost in it. I don't know whether a lot of it's bugs and problems with it, because it's such an early thing. I've done an internet search on this, and there's just absolutely nothing else except what Keen has released here on how to work this. There was another thing that I noticed reading through this, somewhere along the lines, scripting tools screen. As a part of the tools for visual scripting, we introduced a new screen that will help you modify your levels. This screen is accessible for server in creative mode only, which this sentence I'm not fully understanding. I've open Space Engineers. I've done what it asks you to do with making a game in creative only on a blank game. And I can't do anything. It says it can be opened by pressing F11 twice. Again, I've not been able to figure out how this works and how to open this thing. If anyone else knows how to do it, please give me a heads up and let me know how this works. Because it looks like you can really like edit things and drag things around in game to be able to, you know, precisely build your missions. So that was something that's pretty exciting if we can figure out how the hell to get it working. But yeah, anyway, this is as far as I've got up to now. If anyone knows any more, please let me know, and I hope this helps you get started on figuring out how to build your own missions, or at least figure out what the hell they're talking about when they're saying that they've got this mission building tool started on Space Engineers. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if you're interested in anything, you know, if things come out in the future with this and I figure any more out, I will let you know on here, so throw me a subscribe if you're interested in seeing any more future stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.